14 games on the slate in Major League Baseball Saturday, August 23rd. I've got a bet for every single one of them. You're in the jungle, baby. Let's roll. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the jungle. We're going to break down every single game on the slate in Major League Baseball for Saturday, August 23rd. And I'm going to leave two links for you in the comment section of this video. The first link's for my $5 favorite play of the day in Major League Baseball. For just $5 and no further obligation, you get my best bet of the day text to your phone along with complete analysis as to why that's my favorite. The second link, well, it's to our $159 sale, and it expires Saturday the 23rd at noon, the kickoff for college football. And for just $159 for the year, you get everything that I do, all sports, all access. I cap MLB, NFL, NBA, college football, and college basketball. My full betting card text to your phone for a full year every day, along with access to our members-only Discord. But that link does expire at noon on Saturday. Jungle members and I already have a couple plays locked in for college football on Saturday, and we'd love for you to join us. Today's video is brought to you by Outlier.bet, the top name in sports betting research, and by Red Lobster. Join us Friday nights in September for David Hasselhoff impersonators at participating locations. First game we're looking at, afternoon game, Boston at the Yankees. Garrett Crochet going for Boston. Will Warren for the Bronx Bombers. Now, we know of Crochet's dominance, but Boston lost his last two starts, including the game August 11th, in which he gave up 5 earned runs to the Astros. No, I'm not going to make a case that Will Warren is as good of an option as Crochet here. But Warren is in very good form. He's allowed 2 earned runs or less in each of his last 5 starts, and the Yankees have won 3 of his last 4. Both bullpens could be better at the moment. I currently have Boston ranked 17th, and I have the Yankees in their current form ranked 19th. I also have the Yankees dealing with a fatigue rate in their bullpen of 9.1 out of 10. Yankees bats are hotter. They're batting .274 their last 7 games, and Boston just .219. Boston has dominated this season's series, however. They've won 6 of 7 against the Yankees this year. And I think with Garrett Crochet on the mound, a slight bullpen edge going to Boston, and the dominance that the Red Sox have had over the Yankees, the Red Sox money line is the play here for a decent price. It's around minus 130 on most books. Next game, Toronto at Miami. Jose Barrios, La Máquina, they call him, the machine, versus Jansen Junk for Miami. Barrios got torched his last start, a 10-4 loss to the Rangers. I don't expect this Miami lineup to do a lot of damage, though. Miami is just 2-5 in their last 7 games and batting just .226 as a team in that time. The Blue Jays bats have finally cooled off, or you can say come back down to earth, but still the much better option offensively in this game. I have the Blue Jays bullpen currently ranked 8th in their current form with an ERA of 2.46 over the last week, and they're well rested. The Blue Jays bullpen has worked just 14 2/3 innings over the last week, one of the fewest in baseball. Miami's bullpen's been in decent form as well, just a 2.55 ERA in their last 7 games, and I have the Marlins bullpen ranked 13th at the moment. Barrios does have a pitching edge over Jansen Junk, however. The Jays' offense has the edge for sure, and the Jays have a slight bullpen edge as well. They're sitting at a decent money line price of around minus 130 on most books. That's the play. Toronto on the money line. Washington at Philly, Mitchell Parker going for the Nationals, Aaron Nola for the Phillies. Now, Mitchell Parker has been nothing more, honestly, than batting practice. He's given up 22 earned runs his last 4 starts. It's Aaron Nola's second game back since returning from the IL. And if you remember, before he went on the IL, he was not in good form. Those last 2 games prior to getting hurt, he allowed 13 earned runs. His first game back, August 17th, was against these Nationals. He lasted just 2 1/3 innings and allowed 6 earned runs in that game. In their current form, I have the Phillies bullpen ranked 14th in the Nationals at 22nd. Neither one of these starting pitchers are able to be backed, in my opinion, at the moment. You can never back the Nationals bullpen, and the Philly bullpen has been better this year. I think the play in this game is over the total in Washington, Philly. Kansas City at Detroit, Michael Wacha going for the Royals. We have Chris Paddock going for the Tigers. Wacha's in very good current form. The Royals have won his last 5 starts. He's got an ERA in the season of 3.34 and a whip of 1.17. Very good. He certainly holds the edge over Chris Paddock, who's been miserable since joining the Tigers and pretty much all season long. Paddock has allowed 13 earned runs his last 3 starts and holds an ERA north of 5 on the season. These are 2 very good bullpens at the moment. I have the Tigers ranked 2nd in their current form, and I have the Royals ranked 4th. The Royals are dealing with a higher fatigue rate. With their bullpen, I have their fatigue scored at a 9 flat and the Tigers at a 6.4. Royals are 6-1 in their last 7 games, batting .263. Tigers also 6-1 in their last 7 games, batting .240. The Royals are crushing the ball. At the moment, though, their slug is much higher. 19 home runs in their last 10 games is 3rd in baseball compared to the Tigers, who have hit just 10 long balls in the same time. With the bullpens being as close to even as you can be at the moment, Kansas City having the big starting pitching edge and the slug edge as well, I like the Royals on the money line for plus money. Colorado at Pittsburgh, Kyle Freeland going for the Rockies, Mike Burrows for the Pirates. Both these pitchers get hit pretty good. They have a combined ERA north of 10. Pirates bullpen in much better form, though, than the Rockies. I have the Pirates currently ranked 16th over the last week. They have an ERA of just 2.05 over the last 7 days. I have the Colorado pen ranked 28th at the moment with a fatigue rate of 9.1 out of 10. The Rockies actually have the 2nd highest team batting average over their last 7 games at .294, second only to the Phillies. I don't love the Pittsburgh offense, but I do think that both teams get runs in this game, and we go up and over the total of 8.5 in Colorado-Pittsburgh. Houston at Baltimore. Christian Javier going for Houston. The Dean of Mean, Dean Kramer, for the Orioles. Now, we just saw this exact same pitching matchup with these teams August 17th in a 12-0 Baltimore win in Houston. So what has changed at all since August 17th with these 2 teams? Not much with current offensive form. The Astros are batting .195 since that last game, and the Orioles are batting just .239. The biggest change with these 2 teams since that game is the movement of the Orioles bullpen in my Jungle bullpen rankings from 14th to 7th. They have an ERA of just 2.21 in that time and a fatigue factor of 5.1 out of 10. Having seen this exact same pitching matchup less than a week ago in Houston, resulting in a 12-0 Orioles win, and the only change that has taken place is beneficial to the Orioles in terms of the bullpen. I can't get there with Houston. I have to take the Orioles on the money line at home. Cleveland at Texas, Logan Allen going for the Guardians. We have Jack Leiter. Hey, that's Al's kid, going for the Rangers. Allen has a mediocre season at best, but in pretty good form. Pardon me. In his last 4 games, he's allowed 2 earned runs or less in each one of them. Cleveland's bullpen is in good form. I have them ranked 9th at the moment with fatigue factor of 4.7 out of 10. Jack Leiter's having a decent season, numbers a little bit worse than Logan Allen's, and the Rangers have lost his last 4 starts. Rangers bullpen probably won't help him out much either. I have the Rangers bullpen currently ranked 27th in my Jungle bullpen rankings with an ERA of 5.33 over the last 7 days and a fatigue rate of 9.4 out of 10. Offensively, the Rangers are in better form. They're batting .264 over their last 7 games. Cleveland just a terrible .203. But I think the biggest disparity in this game is the bullpen advantage that Cleveland holds over Texas bullpen. Give me the Guardians on the money line in this one over the Rangers. Minnesota at the Chicago White Sox. No official starter yet for the Twins. Davis Martin going for Chicago. Now, Martin's been just fine for a White Sox pitcher. He has a sub-4 ERA and a 1.3 whip, which are both better than average for Major League Baseball. But he's not a good enough pitcher to make up for how bad the White Sox bullpen has been. I have Chicago ranked dead last in bullpen rankings. In their last 7 days, they have a bullpen ERA of 12.00. Now, the Twins' bullpen hasn't been much better, but the White Sox are by a mile worst at the moment. The White Sox are hitting, though. Chicago's got a team average of .253 their last 7 games, but because they give up so many runs, they're not winning. In their last 7 games, Chicago's just 1-6. Minnesota also 1-6 their last 7 games, but they're batting just .206 as a team. I'd like to see what Minnesota does here for a starting pitcher, but with the data that we have, my play in this game, if I bet it, would be over the total in Minnesota-Chicago. San Francisco at Milwaukee. We have Logan Webb versus Freddie Peralta. Pardon me, 2 aces on the hill against 2 cold offenses. Take the logos out of it. Forget that Milwaukee was super hot just a little bit ago. Milwaukee was the hottest team in baseball, but over the last 7 games, man, the Brewers batting just .209. San Francisco batting just .216 in their last 7. I have the Giants bullpen ranked 20th at the moment, and I have the Brewers ranked 3rd with an ERA of 1.7 over their last 7 games. I think we stay under the total in Giants-Milwaukee. Mets at Atlanta, Clay Holmes versus Cal Quantrill. Now Holmes, he has a decent ERA and a decent WHIP. Better at the start of the season, but Quantrill does not have a decent ERA, does not have a decent WHIP. And Quantrill's given up 15 earned runs in his last 3 starts. A big starting pitching mismatch here. I have Holmes graded at a B-, and I have Quantrill graded at a D+. Both offenses in pretty good form. Both are top 5 in team batting average at the moment. But the difference in starting pitching, okay, and the difference that Atlanta holds a slight bullpen edge. I have Atlanta ranked 15, and I have the Mets at 20th. The difference in starting pitchers, though, to me, is too vast in this game for what the Mets could do offensively to Quantrill. I'll take New York on the money line in this one. Cincinnati at Arizona. Andrew Abbott going for the big red machine. It's a bullpen game for Arizona and not a good bullpen. I have the Diamondbacks bullpen ranked 24th in their current form. Andrew Abbott is one of the best pitchers in the National League this season. He's 8-3 with a 2.28 ERA and a WHIP of 1.08. The Reds bullpen also in good current form. They're ranked 5th in my bullpen power rankings right now with a fatigue factor of just 1.8 out of 10. Their arms are rested. The danger with the Diamondbacks offense is the home run ball, but Andrew Abbott limits that. He's allowed 0 home runs in 3 of his last 4 starts. The Reds are playing meaningful baseball, just a game back of a wild card, playing meaningful baseball with a starting pitching advantage, with the bullpen advantage. Diamondbacks not playing meaningful baseball. Give me the Reds on the money line for a decent price. Dodgers at the Padres, Tyler Glasnow going for the Dodgers. Uncle Nestor, Fester Cortez going for the Swinging Friars. A starting pitching mismatch of epic proportions here. Glasnow is doing Glasnow things, and Uncle Nestor has an ERA close to 6 and a WHIP of 1.7. The bullpen advantage that San Diego holds is not as vast as the starting pitching edge that the Dodgers hold. Both offenses are in good form, and the Dodgers have owned this series this season. For a decent price on the money line, I have to back Glasnow in Los Angeles. Cubs at the Angels. We have Cade Horton going for the Cubs. No official starter yet for LA. Now, Horton left the last game, his last start against the Brewers, fairly early in the 3rd inning. He didn't look good in that game, regardless of what it was. They said he had a blister on his throwing finger. I'm not sure that's the case. Regardless, I don't know what to make of that. And I'm not entirely in a hurry to back him either. But the Cubs bullpen is in good shape right now. Cubs bullpen has an ERA of 2.53 over the last 7 days and a fatigue factor of just 5.1 out of 10. But I don't trust the Cubs offense at the moment. Their last 10 days, the Cubs offense has a team average of just 200 and just 29 runs scored, as opposed to the Angels offense that can mash 48 runs scored the last 10 games compared to the Cubs, 29, as I said. Depending on what the Angels do with starting pitching, I think the dog could be barking in Los Angeles, man. I'm going to take the Angels on the money line for a good plus money price. Last game we're looking at, A's at Seattle. Jeffrey Springs going for the Athletics. George Kirby for the Mariners. Spring has allowed 9 earned runs his last 2 starts, and the A's have lost his last 3 starts. Kirby coming off a 7 earned run game against the Mets. George Kirby has not been the same this season since coming back from the IL. I have the A's bullpen in pretty good form right now, ranked 15th on the season. The Mariners bullpen has imploded as of recent. They have an ERA of 8.10 in the last 7 days, and I currently have them ranked 29th. I think we see a lot of runs in this game. Give me the over in the A's and Mariners. Let's have a day, Jungle Nation, and I will see you next time with a little more money in your pocket.